Okay, that was funny and embarrassing. Okay, so our next speaker is a gentleman by the name of Jimmy. Jimmy the hubcap guy, that's it. I don't think our family knew who Jimmy was for a solid 15 years. Jimmy was this what we thought maybe just like an imagination of a friend that my dad had made, that they talked on the phone every day. Jimmy is a guy that my dad became friends with out on the car lots. So a little story about the car lots is, growing up, we used to get to go to work with our parents. And if you guys know, my mom was an interior designer, and we could have gone to Childscapes, where you could let your creativity soar. You could sew, you could craft, you could make whatever you wanted. Or you could go walk the lots with my dad. I always chose walking the lots. And I probably chose it because I knew that halfway through the day we were going to stop at Circle K and get a big gulp. And he would let me choose whatever big gulp I wanted. Well, you sure knew I was picking Mountain Dew. Because I don't think we were allowed to have soda growing up. So then we would walk out of the Circle K and I'd have my big Mountain Dew. We'd get to the car and Dad would yell, "Yahoo! Mountain Dew!" And as much as that was so embarrassing, I just thought it was the funniest thing ever. And so it was out on those car lots that Daddy and I, we just got to do our thing. And then he wonders how I ended up with a car guy. So Jimmy, if you want to come up. And, oh, there you are. I'm like, where is he? I'm looking everywhere. So anyways, Jimmy.
Okay. My name is Jim, but the family has always called me Jimmy.
Jimmy the hubcap guy.
I never argued. This week, when Kathy and I talked, she wanted me to say a few words, and I'm like, well, what am I going to say? I'd be mowing the lawn, and I'm thinking, what am I going to say about Wayne? And it's kind of hard to stand in front of people, and so I jotted a few things down, wrote them down and everything. So my wife Katie and I were at the table this morning, and my daughter, she's 14, 8th grade, she says, "Dad, I can write something about Wayne for you." And I'm like, "Really, Amanda? You can?" She goes, "Yeah." So here we go. She said, "Wayne was a wonderful man and had such an amazing heart. He made every day enjoyable. He was an extraordinary friend. He will be greatly missed by everyone. He was the kind of person who had a great love for sports, and he loved the Sun Devils. I can't describe how much he hated U of A. Golly, he didn't even want them to win at a women's badminton game." Wayne and I always talked and rattled about the game that took place the night before, and he would always give me information about the players and where they attended college. He was always full of information and never get tired about talking about sports. He always made my trips across the valley, because we traveled everywhere, more enjoyable when we talked on the phone. Wayne also loved everyone he knew, especially his wife and his children. He was proud of his children all the time, especially when he danced with Leah at Leah and Tyler's wedding. Yes. He cared for his family more than anything, and he loved them with all his heart. Wayne will be greatly missed, and nobody will ever forget about him. My daughter wrote that in about 3 minutes. I'm like, seriously, Amanda? All right, so now what I want to do is tell you a couple stories about Wayne's character. When I used to see Wayne at the lots, we'd be walking,
and he'd go do his work and I'd go do my work. And I can remember times watching Wayne talk to people, and he had a gift for talking. He was born with that gift. That was given to him. So anyway, I would see him talk to somebody, and I'd be doing my work, and I'd be going around the car and getting it done, and Wayne would be chatting away, and he'd be head nodding, and he'd be laughing, and I'm like, wow, you know, that must be a pretty important person. So I would finish up, and he'd finish up, and we'd be writing up our invoices, and then going, hey, Wayne, who was that? Oh, Jimmy. That guy, his son played for ASU, his daughter went to NAU, they do this program, they do that program. He went to Harvard, his wife went to Yale. The grandparents live in Canada and they have a place down in Mazatlan. And the next time we go to Mazatlan, they want Kathy and I to come and have dinner with them. And I'm like, really, Wayne? I said, how long have you known this guy? Oh, I just met him.
That's so good.
And I'm like, Wayne, did you get his social security number? And Wayne was taller than me, and he'd look down and he'd go, nope. But I tried. So that was the kind of person Wayne was. He could talk to anybody. I've got 1,000 stories to tell you, but that was the one that just kind of came to mind. He was a great person. He loved his family, and we're gonna miss Wayne. I'm gonna miss him especially because I talk to him all the time. I still feel like calling him, see if he'll answer. So, anyway, thank you all for showing up.
Thank you, Jimmy. That was great. And yes, Jimmy and my dad literally talked every single day, 3 times a day. 3 was the minimum, 5 to 7 maybe. What did they talk about? Okay, so our next speaker is my mom.